Okay, Bob, this is the foot series on the tennis ball. And so the first position you're gonna do, and I'll do it from the side so you can see. Place your tennis ball down on a carpeted surface so it doesn't roll around too much, or if you have a sticky mat, on a sticky mat. Now, place your heel, and you want the bony part of the heel on the apex of the tennis ball. Your toes are down in front on the floor. Then place your other foot next to that foot and sink your weight into the tennis ball. Try not to shift your weight to the other leg. You want to get weight into the heel. And it may or may not be comfortable for you. If it's too intense, you can back your weight off to the other leg a little bit. If you can tolerate it, do that. I'm going to turn front so you can see. So I have both feet next to each other, and I'm trying to put more of my weight actually into the foot that has the tennis ball under the heel. Now, when you're doing this, you want to stand nice and tall in good posture, and you want to work on just breathing. Ideally, you're going to hold this position for 1 to 3 minutes. Ideally 3, but if you can't tolerate that, 1 minute is fine. And if you can't tolerate even 1 minute yet, then work your way up to it. But if you can go a little beyond 1 minute and up to 3, that's good. Otherwise, 1 minute. Now, after you've been on it for 1 minute, and I'm going to turn side so you can see, you're going to, from that place at the heel, put a little pressure into the arch as you slowly roll it front to back. And you want to be careful here because you might feel a lot of tenderness on your side that has the inflammation of the plantar fasciitis. And so what you can do is just do what you can tolerate. Now, once you can feel like you can tolerate it, you can put a little more pressure in. So it's like you're massaging into that arch a little bit. And then later on, when it's feeling better, you can do little short movements like I'm doing now to kind of break up some of that probably scar tissue that you might already have in there from the inflammation. And then after you've rolled that a little bit, now we're going to go to the next position. Now you're going to put the toes over the ball. So on this one, your knuckles of your toes, and these are those bones that kind of pop up when you put that part of the foot on the apex of the ball. And then you kind of wrap your toes over the front of the ball like bird feet on a, the little talons wrapping over a bar. So you're gonna wrap these toes over the front of the ball. And then you'll see your little knuckles pop up here if they're on the apex. Notice the heel is down on the floor, and then put your other foot next to it, and once again sink your weight into that ball as much as you can tolerate. And try not to favor the other leg. Try to get equal or even a little more weight into the foot that has the tennis ball under it. And again, you breathe and hold for 1 to 3 minutes. And then after you finish that, you roll again into your arch. And you can just roll for anywhere from 20 to, 20 seconds to a minute, depending on what you can tolerate and what you feel. And then after you've done that, you can try placing, and this might be more tender at first for you, the center of the arch on the ball, and then just put a little bit of pressure into it. Now this will be a little more uncomfortable, well maybe a lot more uncomfortable, and so you might want to skip this one initially and only do the first 2 positions at first, and then work your way into doing this third one. This will be the one that will be the most tender probably. And then again, after you hold that for a little bit, you would roll into your arch again. After you've finished all that, you just stand on your feet without the ball. Notice how one side will feel different than the other already, just from I didn't even hold a whole minute, and I can feel the difference. Always make sure you do the other foot. So again, your positions again are the apex of the ball on the bony part of the heel, but not too far back so it's gonna pop out, and not on the arch. And then you sink your weight onto it, the toes are on the floor, and you hold there. Then you roll through the arch, blah, blah, blah. We got that part. Second position, metatarsal heads. Those are the knuckles of your toes on the apex of the ball, and then you wrap the toes over the ball, place the other foot next to you, sink your weight into it, hold and breathe 1 to 3 minutes. Then you roll through again through your arch. Nice, and I'm going faster now, but you go slow. And then your last position is on the arch itself. I'm more tender on this side, so this one's a little harder for me on the arch. And you just sink into it as best you can. Again, hold for 1 to 3 minutes and roll through. Then stand again on both feet, and then slowly walk a little and see how that feels, and you'll feel a little difference in your feet. Now, I recommend you do this in bare feet. I am wearing little gripper socks that have the grippers on the bottom so that my feet don't slide. If you're wearing socks, your foot might slide off the ball. So I recommend bare feet, actually. And then again, on either a sticky mat or a carpeted floor. I hope this helps. You need to do both feet, and you need to do it in the beginning at least 4 times a week, I would say. And if you can do it once a day, that's and you can tolerate it, that's fine. Don't overdo it initially, because you might cause more inflammation if you overdo it. So go what feels okay to you and what you can tolerate.
Hi, I hope that helps.